Good morning, North Texas. It is the 10th day of June. You found the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. Just a quick 20-minute look at what's going on in the area with a centric view on Fort Worth. We've got weather. We've got this day in history, some news stories, and a good news story at the end. Thank you for joining us. I've got Mandy Han and Demetrie King with us this morning. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't hear you at all. Try that again.
Okay. Good morning.
Oh, there we go.
All right, there we are.
That's a little better. I'm going to crank you up.
All right.
Good deal. All right, let's get into this weather real quick. Today, 83 for a high, 71 for a low. Looks like we have a 53% chance of rain. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
Texas
Yeah.
I never know what to expect. We got 78 for a high, 70 for a low tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms, 45%. Thursday, 82 and 72 for a low. Thunderstorms, 63%. Friday, 89 for a high, 74 for a low, 38% chance of isolated thunderstorms. Saturday, 88 for a high, 74 for a low, AM thunderstorms, 35%. And then Sunday, it's hot again, 92 for a high, 74 for a low, partly cloudy. All right. Mandy, how's your week starting off?
It's good.
Got anything going on?
Tomorrow, I am the featured artist at the Gusto's open mic that Denver Williams hosts. So I'm going to play from 6:45 to 7:15. Yeah, 30 minutes. And then people are going to sign up and show off.
Excellent. So, I'm sorry, are you hosting that one?
Well, I'm the featured
Co-hosting?
artist.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Denver will be there. He's, still in charge, but I'm going to play. I'm going to open the show. So
Denver Williams at Gusto's.
Yes.
So that thing has a pretty, I got to be part of the history of that thing.
Yeah?
So, yeah, it started off at Pouring Glory, if anybody remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was kind of his behind-the-scenes guy, his hype man. And then something happened with PG. They closed down permanently. The doors got locked up, and so we were scrambling because that happened on a Monday. And then Denver found a home at Gusto's.
Yes.
And then the doors opened back up. They got the place open again because of the support from the community. And so now we needed an open mic. And Denver wasn't available anymore.
Right.
So I started doing open mics, and it was a tragedy. We had, there was this, not a feud, but competition now because he's at Gusto's and we've got the same friends. And
yeah. And I think Tommy Luke also, and he does one tonight, which I'm going to be at. I'm going to bring my son to.
What else has happened with Tommy Luke tonight?
He does the one on across the street at Shaw's on Wednesday.
On Wednesdays.
So Magnolia's got a couple of options if you want to just show off.
That's a great spot for Wednesday night open mics. Yeah. Is there a good place for open mics on Tuesdays?
Yes, McFly's.
Hell yeah. That's exactly right. We'll all be there tonight. We do this every week. Live recording out at McFly's Pub. Starts at 5 o'clock, and we encourage everybody that's got a brand, a business, artists like Mandy here, or anybody else that has something to promote, to come out on our Tuesdays out at McFly's Pub, 5 p.m., because there's an audience microphone, and if you got something going on, you can promote it on that show. All right, let's get into National Day of. Today is Superman Week. I guess I got to click on that.
He gets a whole week?
I guess so. Man. This thing says June 7th. Okay, here it is. June 10th to 13th. Superman Week takes place from June 10th to 13th. It is usually a very busy week for both the superhero, Superman, and the ordinary man behind the cape, who is Clark Kent. The superhero will be busy posing for photographs and granting interviews and attending meetings, while the ordinary man, Kent, will be busy in other ways. He's been busy assisting Lois Lane. This is so stupid. I'm done reading this.
This is why they say the week flies by, because it's Superman week.
That's right. Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a real thing. I went for it. Okay. EHS Day. Don't know what that is. Don't care. National Ballpoint Pen Day.
Okay.
National Black Crow Day. So, Megan,
the band?
I don't know. Let's click on it. National Black... Oh, I'm an idiot. National Black Cow Day. Well, now that we're here, we're going to have to read it. National Black Cow Day is observed every year on June 10th, the perfect time to celebrate a cold and refreshing beverage. When temperatures start getting warmer, many people also know the Black Cow as the humble root beer float or ice cream soda.
That must be a northern thing.
I know.
I've never heard that in my life.
I've never heard that either.
Yeah.
Some people even substitute vanilla ice cream with chocolate ice cream, making it a brown cow.
It's funny. I had a root beer float yesterday.
Nice. But you didn't call it a black cow.
And you were a day
Yeah.
early. So stop bragging. All right. Demetrie, how's your week starting off?
It's going pretty good. Getting busy. Got some things in the works that hopefully will pan out here shortly.
Excellent. Let's see. This is This Day in History, Texas Day by Day at tshaonline.org. This is what happened in Texas this day in history. Moses Austin dies 204 years ago. From Missouri, born in Connecticut.
He was the father of Stephen F. Austin.
There you go. I was kind of scanning to see, because I recognize the name, but I've been out of history class for a while. Lone Star Boys State founded on this day in 1940. Some 108 boys participated in the first annual Lone Star Boys State program. The program, sponsored the American Legion, provides teenage boys with training in functional aspects of citizenship and teaches constructive attitude towards the American form of government. Sounds like brainwashing. Nationally, the program was begun in the 1930s to counter fascist-inspired young pioneer freedom camps. Wow. Participants are grouped into mock cities, form a mock state government, and elect state officers. The program is held each summer, usually in June, at the University of Texas at Austin. 2 boys are chosen to attend Boys Nation in Washington, D.C. each July. Blue Bonnet Girls State is a similar program for girls. Lone Star Boys. Okay, right on. This day in history. And then first armed clash between Anglo-Texans and Mexican troops. This day in history. Okay, moving on. And then here was a good one. AA, an addicted takes his last drink and a support group is born. 1935, this day in history. 2007, The Soprano ends, not with a bang. HBO's crime family drama wraps up its 6th season with the closing scene abruptly cutting to black. The ending will leave many of the show's 12 million viewers puzzled as to whether lead character Tony Soprano is dead or alive, or wondering if their cable got whacked. Did y'all watch The Sopranos?
No.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
But I
That's
do remember all that
interesting.
controversy.
Really?
Yeah.
People were just upset, and I
Yeah.
guess there was no closure.
No, I guess not. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awful.
You know?
I mean, how many times have you had your heart broken by a series where it just ended badly, and you're
Right.
like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
no, I wasted all this time. What's the series that comes to mind for you?
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I don't know.
For me, it's Lost. I was so mad.
I didn't
And
watch either of those.
If you watch the breakdown, people like explain it to you, kind of like mansplain what the ending actually meant. It's like, no.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
had to explain it to me, I'm not an idiot. If you had to explain it to me, it's not a good ending. Sorry.
I agree.
I devoted all this time. Okay, on to the news. Accidental shooting injures child during gun cleaning, Fort Worth police say. We usually don't read the tragic news because what can you do about it? But I think this is an important one for anybody that's got firearms in the home. You know, check that thing. I was actually at a friend's house who was really excited about a new purchase, and he went to get his firearm out of the safe and had a accidental discharge in his own home.
Oh, my Lord.
It was me, my friend, his wife, and their child in the house whenever it went off. And listen, those walls are thin. It could have ended up anywhere.
Right.
So just be careful.
But during a cleaning, I've watched Mr. Hand clean many guns, and it's never.
Yeah, well, you know, whenever the cops show up and you got to explain it, like, what happened? Oh, I was cleaning it and it went off. I mean, right?
Sure,
'Cause
sure.
You're absolutely right. The first thing you do when you pick up a firearm is check to see what status it's on.
Right.
Check the chamber. Is it on safe? You know, all that
Right.
good stuff.
Aim it at the floor while you're doing that.
Yeah, don't put it in. Don't
I
aim
mean,
it towards anybody.
right.
But anyway,
How awful.
accidents do happen. And listen,
Did the child live?
a child was injured in Fort Worth
Injured.
Sunday, June 8th, when a family member accidentally fired a gun while cleaning. Officers responded to the shooting at about 7 p.m., 3600 block of Ada Avenue in Fort Worth. The child is in stable condition and expected to recover.
Well, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no criminal charges were filed. Incorrect. You shoot a kid for any reason, you need charges at least.
At least a fine.
Something, man. Can you speed in a Texas construction zone if workers aren't present? What do you think, Demetrie?
I'm going to say no.
Mandy?
No.
What does the law say? You're cruising down a Texas highway when a construction zone suddenly appears. You glance around, no cones, no workers, just a notice to slow down from 70 to 50. Do you really have to ease up on the gas? If you've asked yourself this question mid-drive, you're not alone. Texas law takes construction zones very seriously, whether or not there's a hard hat anywhere in sight. Here's what to know before you speed through. When you're in a construction zone, temporary speed limit signs override any previous posted speed limit. If the sign says 50, even if the regular limit is 70, you're expected to follow the lower number. I feel like it's good to get this kind of information out there because I see you people. I see you driving all crazy.
You know, I just had to work off a traffic citation from the Berry Street traffic speed trap over at Berry and Hemp Hill, so I'm not speeding anywhere. So y'all can pass me.
Right.
Because I have, you can only do it every 2 years, so I can't speed for another 2 years and not be able to pay off the ticket and do defensive driving.
What? Oh, is that what would happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like within 2 years, if you haven't done it within 2 years, then you can do defensive
Deferment.
driving.
Okay.
Yeah, driving. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna you obviously you have to pay for the defensive driving course.
Yeah, but it's much cheaper than paying for the ticket.
What was the ticket?
The ticket's like $250.
Okay.
But the
Wow.
the course is like $26.
Yeah.
So, plus your court fee. So I think I got out of it for $75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I'd probably just end up paying it. I got a ticket for tags being out about a year ago.
Dang, dude.
And I just paid it. I didn't argue. Wasn't even my car. I was like, "Here, Mom, this is this is your ticket now." Her name is still on it. I haven't made it up there to transfer the title, but I bought that busted old Camry for $800 for Mom.
Hey.
Nice. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So it was crazy because you looked it up. Everything's more expensive now.
Yeah.
But you looked up the price of a '02 Camry, and it was like $800 to $1,200. I was like, what? How's that possible? And I'm telling you right now, there used to be a shelf system. So, folks, we're at the old Fort Worth Roots studio, the thing that we're vacating right now. Unexpectedly, our key didn't work for the other location that we had, so we had to revert. But anyway, there was this back wall. That entire thing was a shelving unit. I broke that thing down, and I stuck it in the back of that Camry yesterday.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Huh.
The things like you remember Felix, and he had that bag, and he could pull anything out of it. Felix the cat. That's the Toyota Camry. It's wild.
Shout
Okay.
out to Camrys.
Yeah, 100%. Not a sponsor. FortWorthReport.org. Texas lawmakers allocate $10 million to support National Juneteenth Museum development. The National Juneteenth Museum received $10 million from Texas lawmakers for its development in the Fort Worth Historic Southside Museum. CEO Jared Howard confirmed to the report June 9th. The Texas House and Senate approved the allocation through the state budget, but it still awaits Governor Greg Abbott's signature. Boy, he's got a lot of stuff on his desk, doesn't
Yes,
he?
he does.
Got anything on his desk that you're thinking about, Demetrie?
Good old SB3. I think it's June 22nd.
Okay, well, we'll just have to see. Train derailment in Waxahachie overturns 16 cars, disrupts roads and businesses. MSN.com. Story by... I don't see it. It's not on here. They don't have it listed. Unless it's train cars. But I think that's just describing the picture, maybe. A Union Pacific freight train derailed late Monday night in Waxahachie, toppling 16 cars, including 14 tanker cars carrying ethanol. The accident occurred near Monroe Street and North Elm Street around 11:30 p.m., prompting an immediate response from emergency crews and local officials. Authorities confirmed that no spills or injuries had been reported, but warned that cleanup efforts will be extensive, with road repairs expected to take several days. Initially, 5 intersections were completely blocked, though crews have since cleared some areas, leaving detours in place across downtown Waxahachie. Waxahachie is crazy. There used to be nothing there, and now it's...
That's where I'm from.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you know.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it wild?
Yeah. I remember when we got a Walmart out there with the McDonald's in it. That's serious. I thought it was the best thing ever.
Right?
We're coming up. All right, we got a good news story for you. This is goodnewsnetwork.org. I don't know. I almost called it .corn. That's a different website. Don't go there. The story is by Andy Corbley. Arizona teen returns wallet containing $300, receives electric bike he had been saving for. Last month in Arizona, a young man profited unexpectedly from choosing honesty over greed after finding a lost wallet. 14-year-old Cody Chalmers found the wallet while riding his bike in Chandler on May 2nd, finding $300 cash and credit cards inside. But even though he was in the middle of saving for an electric dirt bike with a hefty price tag, young Chalmers didn't waste any time considering his good fortune. Sending his mother a photo of the ID contained in the wallet, she was able to run some basic internet searches until she found a phone number. She's like a detective. Speaking with AZ Family, Chalmers said that he was happy he did the right thing. I thought that someone would feel really bad if they lost, so I was like, I better return this, he said, adding that he remembered immediately how his father reacted years ago when he lost his wallet. Kind of taught me how bad it is to like take someone's money, like, because, wow, they're quoting this kid and they put all the likes in there, like, because their wallet is basically their like life. I added that last like. Impressed with her son's honesty, Carrie Strecker made a boost post on a local Chandler Facebook page, remarking how Cody joked that he was a good Samaritan now, huh, Mom? Anyway, so then somebody said they were going to buy the bike.
Man, they did a good job
Pretty
with that
cool.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
Is
awesome.
Can you remember the last time you lost like your wallet or your
Yes,
ID?
I was actually going to say I think it was 2019 or 20. It was the day before the Cowtown 5K. And I was at Montgomery Plaza and I just had some frozen yogurt and I was using those little wristlets, that we used to have all the time, and I left it on a bench. And I didn't know that I left it on a bench until the next day when I had to go meet I was running with my kids, for the school, and I was like, where's my wallet? Oh my God. And I was almost late to meet them at the race and everything. And then months later, I picked up an unknown number, and it was somebody that had been trying to let me know that my wallet had been turned in at the Wells Fargo right there.
Hey.
Okay.
And they had been trying to call me for months, and, unknown number, you just don't pick it up.
That's right.
And
They never left a message?
Well, I mean, I might not have listened to it. I really, and since then, I've tried to be better about listening to my voicemail. But I was astonished, and my $20 was still in there too.
Oh, wow.
Like it was like that kid.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever that was, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Demetrie, do you have a lost wallet story?
It's like an old one, but I just know if I think I lose it, I feel like I got insects. I'm like, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Lose it.
Then you go look in places that you never like. When would I be over here? Why would it be in the corner of the bathroom? Like, that make no sense.
Yeah.
You start looking in random places.
I had one less than a week ago, and the last place I remembered using it was Taco Casa.
Mm.
And by the way, did y'all know that Taco Casa is headquarters here in Fort Worth?
No,
I
I
did
didn't.
not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I love their burritos.
I just found out recently. Oh my God, yeah, those
Yeah.
bean and cheese with the
Yeah.
mild sauce slaps hard.
You left it at a Taco Casa?
I thought I did, so I've got one of those tile things in my wallet, so I can pull up my app and I can see where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always work great. So I pulled open my app trying to find my phone. It was saying that it was nowhere around me, and I was at the house. I'm like, okay, well that's a problem. Where's the last place I used it? Taco Casa. So Megan got a huge kick out of this because I'm on the phone with the girls at Taco Casa, and they're trying to do Taco Casa things. They ain't got time for this. So I'm panicked. I'm like, you got to look in the trash. You got to help me out. I need that wallet. I'm not prepared for this. Like my life does not, it's not situated where I can just take time to replace everything that's in that wallet. And they were, you could hear the frustration in their voices. And then Megan comes around the corner with my wallet while I'm just completely melting down with this poor girl from Taco Casa who's, she's just got burritos to make. She ain't got time for this. So anyway, it worked out. But yeah, that feeling,
Yeah, it's the
whenever you
worst.
can't find it, you're like, oh no, because you know how much of a pain in the ass that's going to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your driver's license, your debit card, your credit card, all your stuff, maybe your social.
Well, and then being like, somebody's going to use my credit card and run up
There's
$1,000
that
million,
too.
you
Yeah.
know. So I've not lost anything since. I was too much. I was scared straight.
And then you got to decide: am I going to preemptively shut down all my credit cards,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure I did. Yeah, and I think I had to order a new ID too. So.
And
Yeah.
Nowadays a lot of those debit cards and credit cards have a way that you can like temporarily pause them.
Yes.
But that it didn't used to be like that.
No.
If you shut it down, that was it.
Yeah.
No coming back.
Over. Yeah. You might as well just get a new social security number. Like starting from the beginning.
You guys gonna be able to make it out to the Tuesday night?
Yes, sir.
Put you on the spot. Oh yeah. Great.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I'm bringing
take a maybe.
I'm bringing my kid to do the open mic.
Okay.
So it's a lot to ask for him to be there from like 5. Can he 17? And
Yeah. Well,
we'll probably catch the tail end of it.
Well, the recording doesn't actually start until about 5:30 usually.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
you got time, and then we start passing that audience mic around about 6:15 or so.
Okay.
So, and for you folks that haven't made it out yet, it's the thing. It's
It is
where
a
to be on
lot of fun.
Tuesday night, and
Yeah.
we do a little social media video for you guys too. So whenever and that's at the very end. That's at like 6:45, 7 o'clock. We'll do a little social media video for anybody that's got a brand and wants to be on our Instagram, TikTok. We do that every week now as well. So come on out. McFly's Pub starts at 5, goes till 7, and then we got Tommy Luke and Dippy Dog up on stage doing the open mic. All right. Mandy, you got anything to promote?
Just Gusto's tomorrow night. I'm working on my EP. I just booked some studio time here in town with Clint Neosi at Orange
Nice.
Audio.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That Wednesday night open mic at Gusto's is the best one in town on a Wednesday night.
I'll take your word for it because I haven't been to the
is.
Shaw's one, but last week, I mean, it was just a great vibe.
Well, and that's another thing. You can go to the one at Gusto's and
Yeah.
then pop over the street, just right across the street, and go to Shaw's. So you
Yeah.
can hit both. You don't have to pick or choose.
Yeah.
So that's, Wednesday night. That's where you want to be for open mic. Demetrie, what you got, brother?
So if you don't know who I am or my business, it is Market Match. It is a software platform that creates a fun way to do market research and surveys to the marketplace. I'm really leaning towards colleges and universities right now because we're seeing that a lot of students are the ones that are really gravitating to my tech. So if you are a part of a college or if you're part of high school, anything, and you want to know what type of events you should have on campus, what type of food, drinks, to get a better connection with your students, I'm more than happy to talk to you guys. We got some great things going on, got some updates coming, so looking forward to working with everyone.
Outstanding. And that's marketmatch.app.
You got it.
And you can find that on Instagram. And are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok, yes.
Are we going to get to keep TikTok? I'm so tired of this.
I don't know.
It's exhausting. I don't
it
even
in
care
flux
anymore.
again?
Yes. I guess,
I don't know.
Trump is a big fan of it, so he keeps resuscitating it for like 75 days at a time.
That's wild.
Or something, 75, 90, something like that. So anyway, it's just, are we going to get to keep it? So I haven't, if anybody was paying attention like a year ago before all the stuff started happening with TikTok, I was always on TikTok. I was doing lives and everything. And as soon as they started talking about canceling it, I'm like, well, I'll be over here on Instagram until y'all figure it out.
Right.
And TikTok, I love TikTok because I don't do anything extra on TikTok and I'm just gaining followers. Instagram, I've got to have my foot on the gas if I want to keep followers. So TikTok is the clear winner here. So they need to quit playing around.
Maybe I need to rip off the Band-Aid and go back.
I don't know. I'm not giving it any love until they decide to stop with their shenanigans.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at with the whole thing. You'll catch me wearing long sleeves tonight. I was clearing out a area on our back acre for a large shipping container, a 40-foot high cube, and I am covered in poison ivy.
No.
And I look like a burn victim. Maybe that's extreme. There's a burn victim out there listening going, no, you don't. But it's pretty. Anyway, I was like, I can't go outside without sleeves on. So anyway, I'm not injecting. That's not what's going on here. And shout out to Natasha, who we met last week at our Tuesday live audience recording. She hit me up. Apparently, I didn't even remember saying this, but I'd mentioned the poison ivy thing on one of the million recordings we do throughout the week. And she hit me up. She's like, do you want me to, because she's a pharmacist, do you want me to bring you something for your poison ivy? I was like, yes.
Fantastic.
I've got a box of baking soda in the car right now because that's like the only thing that's been working. You just mix it up with some water, slap it on there. It'll give you about an hour of relief. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got on Chat GPT last night. I was like, hey, let's pretend it's the year 2132 and we have a cure for poison ivy. What is it? And she just gave me a bunch of bullshit. But I was hoping to trick the system and it would give me the cure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It didn't work. But I think we'll get there. All right. Well, guys, thank y'all so much. Sorry about the mix-up. We will be back on the road tomorrow at another location. And if you guys have any desire to be a guest on the show, you don't really need a reason. Just come on out. We'd love to have you. media@fortworthroots.com. Email me. We'll get you on the schedule, and you can be a co-host on one of our morning show events. It's great for promoting a brand, a brand or a band, or a band with a brand, a business. And I feel like I could come up with a limerick, maybe.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. All right. Okay, guys. Thank y'all so much for listening. We're hoping that you have a wonderful day as you cruise through outer space on the back of a giant sea turtle. We hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until tonight at McFly's, good day.
Wonderful. I'll never let go. 'Cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning.